The Middle East has entered one of its most dangerous moments in decades. Explosions have rocked cities across Iran, Israel, and Lebanon. Missiles and drones have been launched across the region. Major world powers are now involved. What began as targeted military strikes is quickly becoming a much larger regional conflict. In this video, we break down what has happened so far, why the situation escalated, and what could happen next. Inside the Iran-Israel war, how the conflict escalated so quickly. In late February 2026, the United States and Israel launched a large-scale military operation targeting Iran's missile systems, military facilities, and nuclear infrastructure. Hundreds of targets were struck across multiple Iranian cities, including Tehran and Isfahan. Additional strikes hit other key strategic locations. The strikes were designed to weaken Iran's military capabilities and prevent advances in its nuclear program. The opening phase reportedly focused on leadership and command structures within Iran's government and military. Communications hubs, air defense coordination, and missile batteries were prioritized. Iranian air defenses engaged, but the operation continued in waves. Among the most shocking developments was the killing of Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, during the opening strikes near Tehran. This decapitation strike dramatically escalated tensions across the region. International responses were swift and polarized. Target sets included suspected nuclear sites and ballistic missile infrastructure. These systems underpin Iran's deterrence and regional power projection. U.S. assets provided standoff capabilities and ISR support. Israeli aircraft executed deep strike missions with precision-guided munitions. As reports of leadership losses spread, the stakes rose beyond a limited strike campaign. Decision-makers anticipated retaliation and rapid escalation. The region braced for the next phase. Iran responded quickly. Missile and drone strikes were launched at Israeli cities and U.S. military installations across the Middle East. Explosions were reported across Tel Aviv as air defenses intercepted salvos. Regional radars tracked waves of incoming projectiles. U.S. bases and allied infrastructure in the Gulf were also targeted. Strikes rippled across multiple countries. Iran deployed a mix of ballistic missiles and long-range drones. Iranian officials warned they were prepared for a prolonged war and even a potential U.S. ground invasion. Regional allies aligned with Iran began to mobilize. Networks activated support across borders. Israeli and allied air defenses ramped to sustained operations. Emergency crews worked through the night in impacted areas. From the Levant to the Gulf, the battle space lit up, and the war began to spread. The conflict quickly expanded beyond Iran and Israel. Hezbollah launched attacks against Israel in response to the strikes. Israel carried out large-scale airstrikes in southern Beirut after ordering mass evacuations. These events pulled more countries into the crisis. Military forces from several nations increased their presence in the region. The conflict touched more than a dozen countries across the Middle East and beyond. Airspace restrictions and border controls tightened. Air bridges formed as militaries surged logistics. Ground forces repositioned to deter spillover. For civilians, the line between fronts blurred rapidly. Humanitarian responses struggled to keep pace. Escalation had become regional reality. The humanitarian impact is already severe. Iran reports that hundreds of people have been killed and thousands injured in the strikes on its territory. Civilians in multiple countries are fleeing their homes as airstrikes and missile attacks continue. Energy infrastructure across the region has been threatened, raising fears of supply disruptions. Facilities tightened defenses against potential strikes. Markets reacted with volatility and price spikes. Consumers felt immediate pressure at the pump. Shipping routes through the Persian Gulf came under increased military pressure. War risk premiums surged across maritime and aviation corridors. Aid organizations scaled up deployments despite access constraints. Field clinics opened near conflict zones. But as strikes continued, needs outpaced resources. The biggest question now is whether the conflict will escalate further. Some leaders have warned the fighting could continue for weeks as operations expand. Fronts could open and intensify with little warning. Diplomatic efforts are underway, but tensions remain extremely high. Resolutions and back-channel talks seek de-escalation. Envoys shuttle between capitals, testing possible off-ramps. With multiple nations involved and alliances forming, many fear a broader regional conflict. Force posture shifts signal potential next moves. Contingency planning spans cyber, maritime, and proxy fronts. For now, the situation remains fluid. But one thing is clear: the balance of power may be entering a new phase. Its impact could redefine the Middle East and the world for years to come. History shows that conflicts in this region rarely remain contained. What begins as a regional confrontation can quickly reshape global politics, energy markets, and international security. Understanding the events unfolding today may help explain the world we will be living in tomorrow. Stay informed, stay aware. Thanks for watching.